and today I am going to be reviewing I Guy from MMPR Season 1, and you also see him in Season 2, and a couple of other times because he comes back quite a few times. And one thing you guys may have not realised before I crack into the main review is he was also in Lightspeed Rescue at one point in the Demon's Tomb where all the defeated monsters were. If you look closely you will see him. I brought two I Guys because I wanted to customize one to look more like it does on the show, and this one I thought was too white compared to what it is on the show, and he looks absolutely amazing. He is one of the most freakiest monsters, but scary but funny monsters at the same time. So coming around to the side you get to see several of his eyes and the Mighty Morphin logo, and on the back you can see a picture of him when it comes around a bit more. But yeah, you see his accessories, the giant eyeball, and you see him. By the way, this is a Hasbro Lightning Collection one, not the original, because I do have the original as well. And on the other side you get a picture of the other picture of his head, and he is also quite heavy as well, which I quite like. But I do recommend, if you're a stickler for making him look like he does on the show, then I'd buy two and paint him. And he has quite a bit of decent weight to him as well. So anyway, this is the I Guy unpainted, which looks great, but it's not screen accurate. The screen accurate one should be kind of dirty, because if you look on the show, he's quite dirty, and this one isn't. He's pretty much white apart from some kind of greyish colours around the eyes on the top of the head. But yes, he's not screen accurate, but he is worth the money if you can get him, I'll tell you that. And he's very heavy, and I think he could be the last one we're getting in a while because of Hasbro going on a break. But then we have got PulseCon coming up, so I could be wrong on that. PulseCon's on the 22nd of September. So yeah, he looks absolutely amazing. Love him, I really do. I wish we had an I Guy figure like this back in the 90s. I really do. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had 3 different I Guys back in the 90s. We had a standard one which didn't do any articulation at all. he just stood there. And the second one we got had some articulation, not a lot. And then the third one, which is a limited edition one, did a lot of movement, and he had two eyeballs that popped out, which do look a bit like boobs, to be fair. But yeah, I love him, he looks great, and I do highly recommend him, I really do. So, let me show you what I've done to my other one. Or actually, this was my first, the other one was my second. And he looks a lot more screen accurate than he did on the other one I have. And how we made him look like this was watered down black paint, which we dabbed on him, and then dabbed a lot of the excess off, and it made him look kind of grubby. Which this was quite a messy job to do, to be fair. Took us about a week to do the main figure and the main eye. Yeah, I really love how he turned out, and looks absolutely fantastic. I think probably my favourite thing about this figure is there's two things really: the way he looks and the weight of him. He has some pretty decent weight to him. I don't know how much he weighs, I've never weighed him, but I imagine he weighs quite a lot. But yeah, I do highly recommend him. And if you do have him and you want him more screen accurate, just do what I did with the watered down black paint and a cloth to dab the excess off, and it will look something like that. It may not look exactly like mine, but it will look something like it. And I really love how he's turned out, I really do. And I did this to all his accessories as well, including the main eye, and that's on the kind of statue, on the kind of stand thing. Did it to that as well. As I said, it took us about a week to do, which to be fair, you wouldn't think this would take a week, but what you had to do was you could only do one bit, then you had to leave it to dry, and then you could do the next bit, and then you had to leave it to dry, and you had to keep doing that. You couldn't just do it all in one go. Well, you could, to be fair, but you'd be getting the right mess. And it probably wouldn't look as good. But yeah, I do highly recommend it. So we are now onto the accessories for iGuy. Now this is my custom iGuy accessories. I say custom, customised. I'll show you, well, the big one first, the big eye. Now I say he is an object. This eye does not come off the stand because it's fixed on there. I also Don't know why you'd want to take it off of there, but it doesn't come off of there. And the reason they've done it like this is, if you look on the show, which is his main eye, which is this, is hidden in another part of Angel Grove Park, away from his main body that the Power Rangers are fighting against, which is kind of freaky, I know. But yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. Again, did the same as I did with Eye Guy. I'll turn it around like this. I customised the eyes to look like it does on the show. Which again is absolutely fantastic. And now this green piece you see wrapped around it can come off, but I recommend you don't take it off because it's a right pain in the butt to get back on. So I do highly recommend you don't take this off, unless of course you don't want it on there, because yeah, it looks amazing and it's on kind of a big pole with a flat stand on the end, or flat bottom in the end I should say. But I do highly recommend you don't try and take the main eye off, because one, you'll probably snap the pole, and two, it's not meant to come off. If it was meant to come off, they would have done it so it could come off. Anyway, on to the next effects piece or accessory. Leave that to the side so I don't knock him over. I keep calling him it, I should say. Now this swirling effect piece is great. Now this kind of effects piece, or this kind of effect, it does do on the show. And the good thing is with, nearly dropped it, the good thing is with, this effects piece here, is if you look at the end here, and I will show you this in a second, this can go into that eye, and it can also go into Eye Guy's eye, which looks really effective. It really does. But again, careful you don't lose this, because if you lose it, you're buggered basically. And this isn't this kind of rubbery material. This is solid plastic. It will not move, so don't try and move it because you will break it. Has a slight bit of movement but not a lot, but don't try and force it because you will break it. Just before I move on to the hands, actually, I've seen videos that are on my bonus discs in my Helmet DVD set where people have literally, parents and kids and have been having literally fist fights outside Toys R Us and other toy stores trying to get hold of these toys. So again, here's the hand that we customised. This is just a fist hand. He does have other hands as well, but they're on him at the moment. That are customised, that are kind of relaxed hands. But yeah, looks absolutely fantastic. I'd say this is from sorry guys, I'd say this is probably the best iGuy figure that they've ever brought out in the entire franchise. Because there's been I think actually only Bandai brought out iGuy, weirdly enough. I will show you quickly is putting this bit in the eye to show you what it looks like. And this is that effects piece in the eye, in the giant eye I was telling you about, which looks very weird and quite scary, to be honest. And how I actually did that was I had to take this, I'm gonna get hold of it, I had to take this out of the eye. Yes, I had to take that out of the eye to be able to put the effects piece in that eye. Make sure you don't lose this, because if you do, it will just leave a hole there. Or whatever. But you can leave him without this if you wanted to and just have that on display. But don't lose these if humanly possible, because these are quite difficult to get hold of, if you can get hold of them at all. So yeah, that's how that works, and it kind of works the same way. Well, it does work the same way on the actual iGuy figure. So what I'll do now is I'll bring my other one back in and stand him next to this one to show you what they both look like together. So here they are, both standing together. You can see which one's mine, obviously, because of the colour difference. But again, the one that isn't painted is good. It looks really good. I'm not putting it down on it at all. I just really wish Hasbro could have done what they did on, or what I did with my one, because I don't think it would have cost Hasbro much more to do it, even if it cost them any more to do it, to be fair. So I do wish they had done that. But as I said, I do highly recommend them. Now, I know Hasbro Pulse doesn't have them in stock at the moment because they are going on a short break, remember, or should I say pause as they called it, to reinvigorate the brand. But yeah, they look amazing, but one thing I do know for definite is there is a new movie coming. I do know that for definite. My ratings on these two guys, pardon the pun, are, to be fair, they're gonna be pretty much the same. So I love these guys, I really do. Tough. It's kind of a tough one for me, this. I think 7 out of 10. Issue is, well, this one is at least going to get a 7 out of 10. And the issue is because of the colour. If they did it the right colour, it would be a 10. It would. But to kind of rate my own one, to be honest, my customised own one I did, I'm gonna give probably, that will probably get a 10 because I worked on that from actually a picture of the screen used suit. And so yeah. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.